Hey, what's up everybody? Ben here from blogwithben.com, and in this video we're going to take a closer look at Maono's GamerWave Condenser USB microphone. A budget mic that promises to elevate your gaming and streaming experience to the next level without breaking the bank. Welcome to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm glad you found me. Here you're going to find step-by-step tutorials and product reviews, all aimed to help you become the best digital creator that you can be. And in this review, we'll be unboxing Maono's GamerWave Condenser USB microphone, as well as going over how to set it up and then test out its performance. Plus, we'll also explore the RGB lighting features that can give your setup a flashy and unique look. And real quick, before we get started, if you find this video helpful, I would greatly appreciate it if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. Doing so helps me keep this channel going and growing, and it also allows you to stay up to date with all the WordPress and tech trends that are happening throughout the year. But either way, thank you so much for all your support. Alright, without further ado, let's dive right in and see if Maono's GamerWave microphone lives up to the hype and whether it's worth your hard-earned cash. So I want to thank Maono for sending me this mic. I've used a handful of their audio products in the past and have been really impressed with everything they create, so I was excited to see how this mic compared to the rest of their product line. And taking a closer look at the mic itself, out of the box you're going to get some accessories, which we'll take a closer look at in a second, the instruction manual, and then the mic itself, which comes with a pre-installed shock mount and desktop stand. And I went with the color white for this mic, but they also come in all black or pink, giving you some more options in order to match your personal style. I also want to point out that I'm recording all of the audio in this video using this mic, so you'll get an idea of the quality of sound that this condenser microphone can produce. Now, the retail price point for the GamerWave condenser microphone is only $32.99, which is insane to me because of the high quality sound it produces. I honestly feel like they could have charged a lot more for this mic, but either way, $32.99 is a great deal for this type of microphone. And as an added bonus, Maono gave me a coupon code for all Blog with Ben viewers that gets you 10% off that you can access in the video description below. Just use that coupon code during checkout and you could save even more money on the DM20. It's pretty cool. Alright, so taking a closer look at the contents of the box, the accessories include a USB A and C to USB-C cable and an adapter if you want to connect the mic to a mic stand or boom arm, which I'll show you how to do in just a few moments. And with that being said, let's move on to the mic setup, which is super easy, and regardless of how your audio workflow is designed, you can begin recording almost immediately. So first things first, we'll need to plug in the mic. And depending on what you're plugging into, you may need to adjust what cable combination you use. And as we just went over, the mic comes with a USB A and C cable, which means you could swap between the various types of USB cables. It's currently USB A to USB C, but if you pull this little connector off, it exposes the USB C, and we can now use it on my MacBook Pro. So connecting the mic to your computer is pretty straightforward. Simply plug the USB-C cable into the back of the mic located here. You can't see it in this shot, but you'll just thread the cable through the desktop stand and plug it in like so. Then one of the many reasons why I love this mic is that it's literally a plug-and-play USB mic. And again, I'm using a MacBook Pro, so I'll need to remove the USB-A connector, which exposes the USB-C, allowing me to connect to my laptop. And as soon as you connect, the mic lights up, displaying another one of my favorite features, which is the RGB color changer. This is the first mic that I've owned that lights up like this, and I have to say that I actually love it. It's unlike any of my other mics. And speaking of the lights, let's take a closer look at how to change the color of the RGB lights. If you look on the top of the mic, you'll see two buttons. One controls the lights, and the other controls the noise cancellation and mute functions. First, let's change the RGB colors. So all you'll do is lightly tap the button with the icon that looks like a light, and you can cycle through the different RGB color options. Each time you press the button will change the color. And if you press and hold the button down for 2 seconds, it'll turn the RGB color lights off altogether. Next are the noise cancellation and mute functions. This one button controls both, so if you want to mute the mic, simply press the mic icon that is crossed out for 1 second, and that will mute the mic. You can tell it's muted when the LED indicator is red. Then pressing that button again for 1 second will unmute the mic and turn the LED indicator to green. Then to enable the noise cancellation feature, simply press the sound wave icon section of that button for 2 seconds. You can tell that it's been enabled when the LED indicator turns blue. Then to turn it off, simply press it again for 2 seconds, and the LED light turns green, indicating that the noise cancellation has been turned off. Next, if you look towards the bottom of the mic, you'll see the gain control as well as the 3.5mm headphone jack if you want to connect headphones and monitor your audio. Then, to adjust the gain, simply turn the bottom of the mic right and left. Right increases your gain, and left decreases it, giving you even more control over your audio levels. Next, we have the built-in shock mount and pop filter, which are 2 additional features I love because typically you have to purchase them separately, but since they're built in the mic, you're saving even more money while increasing the quality of your audio at the same time. Plus, aesthetically, I think it looks cool. Makes the mic look even more professional. Alright, moving on to the audio settings for your computer. Now, even though this is a plug-and-play USB mic, you'll always want to double-check your computer's audio settings to ensure everything is connected properly. So for this example, I'm using a MacBook Pro running the Maono operating system version 12.6. And I realize that if you're using a PC, some of the following steps may be different on your end, but the idea is quite similar. I'm just configuring the input to ensure that my audio from the mic goes into my computer, and then the output goes out of my speakers. So first things first, I'm going to open my system preferences, then find the sound settings, and then my output settings look correct, so let's open the input settings. And then all you'll do here is make sure you have the DM20 selected. And that's it. Now all of the audio going into the DM20 will go through the computer or whatever DAW you're running to record audio. Next, let's go over some quick recording tips to ensure you get the most out of your mic. So by default, the mic will be facing at almost a 90-degree angle using the desktop stand, but you can adjust it by turning the screw in the back, allowing you to reposition the mic. And this gives you a much better angle to record audio and capture your voice. Okay, next I want to show you how to connect this mic to a mic stand or boom arm. This can come in handy if you're a gamer that streams, or maybe you're a YouTuber that goes live, but either way it's pretty convenient to set up, so let me show you yet another way to mount this mic to record audio. So if you recall, one of the accessories that came with this mic was the mic stand adapter, which is the white accessory on the left-hand side of the screen. However, it's built for a 5/8 screw, which doesn't fit my boom arm. So I had to purchase this mic screw adapter, which is that gold piece of equipment on the right-hand side of the screen. And in order for it to connect to my boom arm, I had to screw it in like this, which will allow me to connect the DM20 to my boom arm. So first we'll need to detach the mic from the desktop stand by unscrewing it here towards the back. And once unscrewed, carefully remove the screw and then separate the stand from the mic like so. Then attach the adapter to the mic. And as you can see, this took me a few times to line it up, but you'll know that it's in place when you hear a little snap. And there we go. All right, now that it's aligned, slide the screw back in place and then reattach the fastener, turning it until you get it nice and secure. Then, to attach the mic to the boom arm, simply screw it into position, and you may need to give it a few turns to get it where you feel it's most comfortable, but I should point out that not shown in this video is me threading the USB-C cable alongside the boom arm, but once the mic is securely fastened, all you'll do is plug it in like so, and we get the beautiful RGB lights alerting us that the mic is connected properly, so you can now begin recording studio quality audio with your new GamerWave condenser microphone. And real quick, to recap on the specs of the GamerWave, it's an internet mic specifically designed for streamers and gamers, and the USB plug and play is suitable for Discord, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and other internet applications, as well as PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 consoles. It also uses a cardioid polar pattern, increasing the noise cancellation and allowing you to pick up studio quality audio no matter where you're recording. So my final thoughts on Maono's GamerWave is that It's an amazing mic for the price. The sound quality coupled with the unique RGB lighting and ease of use in terms of setup is hard to beat. I can honestly say that while recording this video, the GamerWave produced better quality sound than some of my mics, which cost hundreds of dollars more. So all in all, I highly recommend the GamerWave. It's a great mic for the cost, and remember to use the Blog with Ben coupon code during checkout to save 10% on your purchase. You can access the code as well as the links to purchase the mic in the video description below. So thanks again for watching and have fun with your new mic. So that's gonna do it for this video. If you found it helpful, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. Also, if you're thinking about starting a blog, you gotta check out my step-by-step tutorials. They'll show you everything you need to know in order to build, grow, and monetize a professional WordPress blog. And as always, your support means a great deal to me and my family, and for that, I thank you. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.